Hello everybody, once again, this is AikawaKazu and welcome back to another Blade and Soul video here. Today I'll talk about another feature of Blade and Soul that's very interesting here will be the few bosses. Alright, we're talking a few bosses here and let's get to that. So if you look at our map right now, the area that I'm in has two few bosses. We have the golden Iron Man.金刚力士is basically, I wouldn't say it's golden Iron Man, but anyways, so we have this one and then we have a Scorpion boss here. So first things first is that why are there few bosses? Few bosses gives you, so far I've experienced, gives you basically this. I don't actually have it now, but basically when you queue a few boss, the few boss actually gives you a token. I'll call it a token here that allows you to spin a roulette. So I'm gonna kill this few boss right now. And of course, the first few boss that I fought was just a random monster in an area. It was a zombie, it was a 1,000-year-old zombie. But then I realized that few bosses can be extremely fun. They're not just random monsters around. As you can see, this few boss is just frozen here. And to actually fight the few boss itself, you need to kill these two lion things. So after you kill this guy, you get his essence and you unlock half of the boss. Look at that. So cool. So this guy, I get his essence and I put it in. So me fighting this boss would look like it's pretty easy because I've already done it before. Okay, I take back my words. I missed my first dot. Lost. Okay, so you can see that he actually deals a lot of damage, and if you get hit by any of his main skills, you actually pay the price. So let's try not to get hit now. Okay, I timed my counter very wrongly. Okay, I managed to do a precise counter this time with a backflip towards the back, and I managed to proc. It allows me to become invisible again, and becoming invisible again is a large part of the assassin class. And once you get below half HP, he actually will have a new mechanic, you'll see very shortly. Let's hope he has enough HP to last. So I do a backflip here to avoid his whirlwind. This thing hits very hard as well. He did a storm as well, because I was far away from him. So if you are a range class, you can actually stomp you as well. And we should be able to take him down. Alright, so when you kill him, you get this. You can see I got 3 of the Golden Iron Man essence. Alright, so I got 3 of this. And let me just show you guys the roulette. So you can see that the world boss itself, or not the world boss, the few boss itself, shouldn't call it world boss, because world boss it should be used for more epic bosses, I guess. But the few boss itself gives you this essence. And so you know that my character has changed costume, right? You know, compared to the previous time. Look at how beautiful this costume is. Alright, some people might think that it's a bit slightly too over. Alright, so this boss, using the essence that you get, alright, this is the reason why people hunt few bosses. Few bosses can actually give you a chance to get costumes. Alright, so actually if you mouse over, if you press F3, which is what I did right now to pop up this menu, as you can see all the costumes that you can get in the game, I think. Alright, and it tells you the area. So this area is basically the desert area, so we call it the DAMO, 大漠, alright, which is the big desert, if you want a direct translation. And basically the costume that I'm wearing right now is this one, the scarf. Oh wait, just took it off. Can't see it now, but and this one. I don't have the helmet though. I have the basically the chest piece and the scarf. I should have it, but I'm wearing it right now anyway. Yeah, it's here. The golden Iron Man, I will call it blouse, I guess, and this scarf. Alright, so how do you get these two things? You actually acquire them from here. So I have 3 essence right now, which gives me 3 chances to roll it. Okay, I got a earring. Okay, this earring is needed for you to evolve your earring. Alright, you can see, I know you can't read Chinese, but it is used for 进化材料, basically for getting your earring to the next level. Yeah. You can see this is the one I need right now. It's the same item I need, but I need something else to evolve it, so you can see that a few bosses gives you a chance to get that. I got it again. So it's basically, I would say, free gachas. Let's put it that way. It's like a Wheel of Fortune, but you get it from world bosses via the essence. So it's very cool. Maybe you hunt this boss 20 times, get 20 essences, and then roll. And for me, yep, I got my costume. And what you want from this boss is literally the costume. Alright, and you can actually get the talisman here, but the talisman here is more defensive. It's not good for the assassin class, so I'm just going to throw it away here. And I'm going to show you guys the other few boss, which is a lot tougher for me, because this one's only level 30 and the other few boss is actually level 35, so that one will be more of a fight. And the other few boss actually gives me the talisman, or we call it Bagua, the 8 talisman that I need to get this critical based talisman. So getting this talisman is very good for assassins because it gives a lot. You can see that it gives like 30 base, 30 plus base, in fact 30, and then it's increment by 1 to 2 all the way to 40 critical per piece. And the set bonus itself gives 62 critical as well as 36 defense. And you can see that my critical rate right now is about 43%. Previously, with my previous setup, which is the talisman that I got from my level 20 dungeons, alright, it was around 32%. So this new talisman set actually got me to 10% more critical. And basically this game's critical works as your level increases, your critical rate diminishes. So I think it's the same as World of Warcraft. It works the same way. The higher your level that you are, the more stats that you need to keep your critical rate. So there's diminishing returns. In that sense, I know diminishing returns means something else, like the more critical you get, it doesn't add as much percentage as you can. But you can see that your critical rate diminishes as you level up. So as you progress, you need to upgrade your talisman accordingly. But let's get to the next. Alright, we are flying towards our next boss fight. You can see the little scary face marked on the minimap at the top right. I forgot to mention one thing, is that the boss also drops, or rather the little Wheel of Fortune thing, the little free gacha system, or the Wheel of Fortune thingy actually drops a purple weapon crate. Alright, and the purple weapon crate is what gives you the weapon you need to, usually a material needed for the evolution or the increase in tier of your current weapon. So my current weapon has been maxed, and it required the Iron Man or the Golden Man boss just now. Alright, the Golden Man boss just now. So I believe this guy drops a series of weapons for a certain set of classes, and this guy drops a series of weapons for other classes, because currently I have one from the Scorpion boss. Alright, and actually it doesn't say, but this weapon is basically very good for getting your equipment to, basically for the empowerment or the growth of your weapons, according to Artao, who told me about it. So you roll the roulette and you have a chance to get the weapon chest, and you have to use the key, which is this key, to get a weapon chest. And this one was so good for the growth. I was actually at like level 5 for my previous dagger, and I got to level 10. You can see 10段, which is level 10, within 2 weapons. So basically this Scorpion boss is for the acquiring of the purple weapon boxes. If you open them with a key, which you can get from daily quests, you can use it for the growth of weapon. And then this guy also drops a costume as well. So I did it wrongly just now, so this should be the way to do it. Where is... I think because I'm wearing it, but basically I think the Scorpion boss also drops. You can see that they tell you where to acquire the costumes. It's listed here, and if I'm not wrong, the costume for the Scorpion is not something that's very nice according to what they mentioned to me. And let me just double check here. This is the costume that you can purchase. I'm trying to get this one, but it tells you that you have to do I think it's a dungeon or something. Where is the Scorpion's costume? I think it's this one. Yep, this is the one. This is the Scorpion costume. Yep, you can see that it's in this area, the very hot desert area, and it's basically the boss that we need to kill. You can recognize the Chinese letters here. It's the same as this guy. So that dude basically gives you, not this mask, Let's turn it off. Gives you this costume. Not this one. Lost. Not this one. Not this one. Not this one. I'm trying to read Chinese right now. Pardon me. Where did you go? Okay, correct. This one. Yep, and it looks okay. But you can see that you get a lot of free costumes from this game. In fact, most of the costumes that can be earned are better than the costumes that you can actually buy from the cash shop. So this few boss again, it's very interesting, alright. This few boss has mechanic as well. I'm trying to see where is he. Is it bugged? Basically this guy's under the ground. He has a little... I should be able to see where he is via some smoky stuff coming out of the ground. Alright, I'm going to change channel here, maybe it's bugged out. Alright, you can see now there's smoky stuff on the ground, so this is the boss. And this boss is interesting because... I'll tell you why very soon. Alright, let me reposition myself first. And I'll take a while to beat this boss because it's higher level than me. Perfect dodge there. That is the dodge I use for Q and E, which it gives you, allows you to turn behind the boss, basically. And you can see this guy is taking a while to kill. A lot longer. And I didn't use the counter skill for that because... Position on this one. So the counter skill in this game is such that even if you countered it, look at that, I still took 289 damage from that. So that skill, even though I can counter it, I'll still take about 1000 damage, which is why I'm not bothering to counter it. For my perfect dodge, I kind of messed it up. You can see he uses his little scorpion tail to stab. And you'll see the mechanic very soon. You can see this guy is taking a lot longer to kill. Alright, so this is the mechanic. He digs into the ground. And okay, so this world boss is kind of annoying to hunt actually. Like if you have a lot of people, it'll be fun, but if you're soloing it, it's not very fun. You have to pick up cannonballs around the area, and you literally need to throw him out of the dust. And meanwhile, he's actually healing. Alright. Shit, I got hit by that one. It's not good. So you can see how world bosses can be interesting here. I mean, few bosses. I keep calling it world bosses. Okay, let's get out of that one. Now we gain with 50% HP and it's going to dig into the ground. It's basically going to do it at least 4 times. Shit, this is not good. I just wasted 2 of my dodges, so I need to take a hit now. Okay, managed to walk out of that one. That's where Dragon Axe helps you guys. You don't need to depend on your hard dodges all the time. You just need to move out of the way if you can anticipate it. Like this one. So you went down again, and you can see there are some smoky stuff around the cannonballs as well. It's actually I would say the baby versions of the few boss, which you actually kill for a quest. And he can actually resist the bomb, which is quite annoying. If you actually try to go far away from him, he has this rolling skill where he'll dig underground. I did my perfect dodge again with my Q and E. I did a Q there. But that one needs perfect timing. You cannot dodge it. I mean, you cannot go into stealth. I mean, you can dodge by going behind the boss. But you can only get into stealth again if you time it perfectly to actually dodge it. Doesn't have the 2-second duration like the hard counter, which is the number 2 key here. Did it again. Beautiful. see I took 800 damage there when I tried to check the skill that is very slow, that is charging. So just to share with you guys what you saw just now, you saw this little green shadow on the boss, right? So, because these are bosses, you can't actually knock them down. Like, usually you knock them down and then you can press a tab key, you can do like a stomp on them. So, such bosses require twice, and you learn that during one of your class quests, the purple quest I told you guys about last time. So, you basically can time it with your friends, and you can do a double like explosion, like breaking the boss super armor. There's different kind of statuses in the game. For my perfect dodge game. So if you do that, the boss will actually become like broken and you can do your storm kill. Like usually you don't see it unless you coordinate with your friends, because the cooldown of such skills is well. I'm doing it right now because I learned my class quest. I'm not too sure if it's true, but when you do the bomb plus the poison breath, you actually do like, I don't know, more damage or something, or more chance to crit. So you can see here I'm staying stealth, because basically if you stay stealth all the time, you really do not, get into a situation where you might be in trouble. So the boss will disappear one more time. And you see how I was in the casting animation and I cancelled it with 2. That's very awesome as well for the combat system. So this is the last time he'll dig into the ground. I'm actually very glad that I can solo this, because I couldn't when I was level 31 previously. And for assassins, it's very crucial to get your critical rate to be high, basically. Because our gems, the one that recovers our HP, only procs when you crit. So if you don't crit, you do not get the HP, and you realize that even when you dodge, you still get hit by skills. But when you do the perfect dodge, you don't actually get the damage, which is very awesome. But if you do the counter, you actually get hit. You take damage. Shit. Alright, here perfect dodge again. Even though you saw me cast the 2-second skill, but I used my Q because I got the timing wrong. And the poison breath is very good to get critical hits, I guess, because it's multiple hits at one time. Look at that, just no crits all of it. No crit. My 40% is a lie, guys. What's wrong with these skills that I have that has multiple hits? Should be able to dispatch this boss, and then I'll show you guys like the roulette again. There we go. Soloed this Atao goddess. So I got 3, awesome. And once you get 3 of those essences, each essence allows you to roll the roulette one time, or the Wheel of Fortune. And let's see what we get. I actually got all I need already. I'm gonna show you guys. So basically this system is very cool. You get it as early as, I believe, below level 10, where you have to fight. I think level 8, you can really have a chance to do this. You fight the 1000-year-old zombie. Should be able to solo it at level 10. And this is basically a box that gives me 3 pieces of the talisman. And they even have the 5 pieces and 8 pieces one. And if you get 8 pieces one, you literally get a full set. So it's not like, even though this is a bit RNG based, it's not hard to get a full set of the 8 talisman. Oh yes! Lias! I got a costume! So this actually says that it's a costume box. Alright. Let's see what we get here. Oh man, we just got the helmet set. But at least we got the costume box. So if I wear it right now, I look hideous. Actually looks not too bad. Look at that, it's pretty cool. It kind of fit with the black color, but overall I like my hair a lot, so I'm gonna take that off. And the cool thing about Blade and Soul, you can stash all the costumes that you get in your costume. They call it a wardrobe. I think this wardrobe system, the wardrobe system, sorry, was introduced later in the game. Okay, they came and changed the background. And you can actually preview any costume. I think I mentioned this before. And that is very, very awesome here. And this is what you look like when you're wearing nothing. So as I mentioned, you can get all the costumes. This one again, I think this one is from the world boss, not the world boss, the field boss for the level 10, the 1000-year-old zombie roulette. All right, this one is from a dungeon. Yep, and you can always see how you want to get all the other costumes. Of course, some of the costumes they will write there is cash costumes, but it's in the list basically. Yep, this is the end shop costumes. And look at that, the shop costumes are alright. There's a Santa Claus one, there's a nurse one, but they are very nice costumes. I'm actually trying to get this one. I had my eye on it last time. Not this one. This one. Yep, this is actually very nice. This looks like the female version of Kirito, right? But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't extend it too much. This is all about few bosses and what they can do for you. I'm sure they can do much more for you, but essentially is to get the purple weapon boxes that gives you materials required for you to evolve a weapon, or materials that allows you to grow your great growth for your weapons. So great growth, or for evolution requirements. Second one, you can get the talisman sets from the few bosses roulette. Last but not the least, you can get, number 3, you can get the accessory evolution requirements, which is I got the earring one here. And there are some dungeons that give you the ring. So basically everything in this game, or everything that's available in this game has a reason. And yeah, few boss, very fun. There are many few bosses before this. There was one frog one, but this too is the one that I believe has very cool mechanics that I want to show you guys. And last but not the least, few bosses can get costumes for you as well. So no need to pay $45 for a costume, guys. You can get all the costumes you want. All those beautiful costumes. From killing stuff, from roulettes. And I know that you will spend a lot of time hunting some of them. I know some people have hunted like for 3 weeks and didn't get it, but at least it's not pit. So my name has been AikawaKazu. Thanks for watching once again. God bless, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.